Alright, EuroBasket 2025 has wrapped up with Germany winning the title, ex-Laker Dennis Schroeder being named MVP, and plenty of players making noise for their national teams while eyeing a way back to the NBA. Just like in last year's Olympics, we saw Gershon Yabusel shine for France, land an NBA deal, and prove himself in Philly, averaging 11 points, 6 boards, hitting 38% from 3, and now cashing in with a new contract. So the question is, can history repeat itself? Could another EuroBasket star force his way into the NBA spotlight? Maybe someone from the German squad that just won it all, or even from Turkey, the runners-up, or maybe just a role player who unexpectedly outperformed and now deserves a second shot at the league. Why not? So, with that in mind, let's look at a few of these guys, whether they can actually come back to the NBA, which names are getting the most buzz, and the ones you all keep bringing up, plus if they'd even make sense for the Lakers and whether it's worth the risk. But first, let me be clear. Even though the Lakers have an open roster spot, they literally can't sign anyone right now for that 15th slot, unless they dump a contract or swing a deal. Maybe even something wild like moving Andrew Wiggins to clear space under the first apron. They're stuck. After a move like that, they could fill the 15th spot or even the 13th or 14th. So yes, it's possible, but only if they make a salary dump trade. With that out of the way, let's actually get into the guys they could go after if they pull the trigger on that kind of move. And to kick things off, I've got to give an honorable mention, and that's Jordan Lloyd from the Polish national team. He put up 22.4 points a game in EuroBasket with a deadly 42.2% from 3, and he dragged Poland through 7 games while pulling off some big upsets. He absolutely stood out. But here's the issue. I don't even know if he's NBA eligible right now, or if his EuroLeague deal has an NBA out clause. And honestly, even if he was, I don't think he fits the Lakers at all. I've watched a couple of his games, and yeah, he looked sharp, but that doesn't mean he's worth a roster spot in LA. So he's just an honorable mention here. With that said, I want to focus on 2 other guys, players who might actually be NBA ready. Eligible to return, both of these guys actually have real NBA resumes. Drafted, played 4+ years, and showed they belonged. First is LeBron James' old teammate and former Cavalier, Sadie Osman. Somehow, he's out of the league now, and honestly, that makes no sense. In his last season, 2023-24, he averaged about 7 points, 2.5 boards, shot 39% from 3 on 3.1 attempts, and played 17 minutes a night for the Spurs. Those are solid role player numbers. I figured he'd easily get another NBA deal, maybe even above the minimum. At one point, I thought the Lakers could go after him, and there were even reports hinting they had interest. Yet here we are, with Osman out of the NBA while teams keep signing worse shooters who can't defend either. The Lakers never officially offered him a deal, but I still believe he belongs in the NBA, and he just proved it again at EuroBasket. Playing for Turkey, who finished second after losing to Germany in the final, Sadie Osman was once again their standout. He averaged 16 points, 2.8 rebounds, and hit threes at an insane 52.7% clip, knocking down 3.2 out of 6.1 attempts a game. On top of that, he shot 53.4% overall, showing his usual efficiency. He played on the ball, off the ball, filled that classic 3 and D roll, and did it at a high level. And here's the frustrating part. Osman already proved in the NBA that he can deliver this exact skill set, yet he's sitting outside the league while teams waste minutes on guys who shoot bricks. He's a 35.7% career 3-point shooter, averaging 9.3 points in 23 minutes per game, and he's played real minutes on playoff teams, proving he can be that 7th or 8th man off the bench. So why is he not in the NBA? It makes no sense. At EuroBasket, he reminded everyone exactly why he belongs. He basically played the same role he would on an NBA team, maybe with slightly fewer minutes and lower production, but the blueprint was the same. Spotting up at the 3-point line, occasionally handling the ball, but mostly working off it, pulling defenders from the stars, and drilling shots at an efficient clip when he got the ball. Add in some solid, if unspectacular, defense, and no, he's not a liability on that end either. Yet somehow, teams keep ignoring him. He's not going to wow anyone on defense and probably isn't the guy you want guarding elite scorers, but he's close to a real 3-and-D option. He's solid enough defensively to hold his own while being an above-average offensive player and a very good shooter from deep. To me, that's more than enough to earn an NBA roster spot, and he proved it again at EuroBasket. From what I know, his EuroLeague deal has an NBA out clause, meaning he could jump straight back to the league if a team wanted him. If a contender makes room with a trade, they'd be crazy not to look at Sadie Osman. He's only 30, right in his prime, and he just showed at EuroBasket that he's still capable of producing at a high level. The guy has proven NBA experience, yet somehow teams are acting like he's washed. In my opinion, he should already be on an NBA roster. For the second EuroBasket player, let's look at a guy who absolutely stood out. He's actually a former Laker, drafted by them back in 2018, and I've seen plenty of you bring his name up, Isaac Bonga. The Lakers took him 39th overall in the 2018 draft. He spent 1 season in LA, then got traded to Washington, later ended up in Toronto for 2021 to 22, and then slipped out of the NBA. After that, he went back to Europe, rebuilt his game, and the crazy thing is, he's still only 25 years old. Somehow, after bouncing around, he's developed into a legit 3&D option, which he proved all EuroBasket long, averaging around 10 points a game. He averaged 10 points per game, shot 45.2% from the field, grabbed 4.5 rebounds, added 2 assists, and did all the dirty work that made his team click. Defensively, he was everywhere, 1.4 steals a game, named EuroBasket's best defender, and even crowned Finals MVP after dropping 20 points, hitting 4 threes, and pulling down 5 boards while doing all the little things to seal the win. Isaac Bonga has clearly rounded out his game and turned into a high-level role player. But here's the problem. He doesn't have an NBA out in his current deal. According to Serbian outlet Mozart Sport, Bonga extended with Partizan this summer through 2027. The contract once had an NBA clause, but it expired, so now he's stuck in Belgrade instead of proving himself back in the league. For the new season, that pretty much confirms it, unfortunately. Maybe there's some loophole buyout that could happen, maybe he could cancel that deal and sign an NBA contract instead. But the money would have to cover his EuroLeague salary, so it's not simple. As of now, he's locked into a guaranteed deal overseas. Still, his German teammate and current NBA star Franz Wagner said straight up that Isaac Bonga should and probably will return to the league. Wagner's words: Bonga has proven the last few years he's an elite defender, can knock down threes, and even create off the dribble. That's exactly what NBA teams need, and Wagner thinks plenty of them would want him. Reports already say teams have reached out and shown interest, including the New York Knicks. The Knicks showed interest, but without a guaranteed NBA contract, he turned it down and went back to Partizan Belgrade. That's the reality for now, but I'd keep an eye on Isaac Bonga. If he keeps this level of play and finds a way back into the league, he could be a strong addition for any team, and maybe even the Lakers down the line. A contract buyout around the NBA trade deadline could open the door, which in my opinion would be the perfect scenario. But the bad news is it doesn't look likely at this moment, even if LA wanted to sign him. So with all that said, what do you think? How do you feel about EuroBasket 2025, the players who stood out, and which of them actually deserve an NBA return? Luka Doncic or the Giannis and Dempos, but the guys like Isaac Bonga and Chet Osman. Do you think they should be back in the NBA? Do you think the Lakers should sign them if they had an open spot? And if they have enough room under the first apron, would that be a good idea? Do they deserve to be back in the NBA? And how do you feel about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.